together, looking for the warmth of the sun. Gonna be a long time together, and the best is yet to come. Oh, oh, oh. Well, I remember the beginning.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and honored guests. Welcome to the Henry Perrine Baldwin High School commencement exercises for the class of 2020. My name is Skylar Masuda, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome the Baldwin Junior ROTC cadets as they present the colors. Tonight, the senior women are being led by song leader Kara Nakahashi, and the senior men are being led by song leader Donovan Ikeuchi. Now, singing the national anthem is senior Anastasia Luz Banyes Ako.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Here to sing Hawaii Pono'i is senior Tyrus Nikoa.
Hawaii Pono'i nana I komoi kalani ali ke ali makua lani e kameha meha e na kawa e palei me ka ihe makua lani e kameha meha e na kawa e palei me ka ihe.
Now, we would like to recognize the following dignitaries and officials who have helped ensure the success of the senior class. State Representative Troy N. Hashimoto. State Superintendent of the Department of Education, Christina Kishimoto. Maui Representative to the Board of Education, Christine Namau. Complex Area Superintendent, Dr. Kathleen Domino. Principal, Mr. Keone Wilhelm. Vice Principals, Mrs. Tracy Louie, Mrs. Paula Erbow, Mrs. Karen Walker, and Mr. Leah Tamita. Former Principal, Mr. Wallace Fujii. Waihe'e School Principal, Mrs. Paula Inouye. Wailuku Elementary School Principal, Dr. Nakan Arapoff. Pu'ukukui Elementary School Principal, Mr. Chad Okamoto. EO Intermediate School Principal, Mr. Matt Dillon. Thank you. This year, we have 30 students who have earned BHS Honor Graduate status. Earning this distinction only comes when a student meets all of the normal criteria to obtain a diploma, but must additionally pass all classes with a C or higher, have a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher, complete specific math and science courses, maintain excellent school conduct for all 4 years of high school, complete at least 40 hours of community service over a 2-year period, and earn either a senior project or capstone credit, or meet the requirements for CTE honors. At this time, we'd like to recognize our honor graduates.
The best is yet to come. We have seen no one that could not make the grade. Hiding broken hearts, living the masquerade. And if it's magic that will weave it, let's not be afraid to sing our song of love that we've already made. It's been a good time together. Time together. Looking for the war. Looking for the war. Of the sun. Of the sun. Gonna be alone. It's gonna be a long time together. A time together, and the best is yet to come. Together in tomorrow's dream. Strike up the band and play that old familiar theme. Take the lovers by the hand and lead the way. Summer lady by your side, don't let us slip away. It's been a good time together. A time together. Looking for the war. Looking for the war. Of the sun. Of the sun. Gonna be alone.
I am proud to announce that this year, Baldwin has 15 seniors who have met the criteria to earn the title of valedictorian. They have met the standard of possessing a cumulative GPA of 4.0 or higher, meeting the diploma requirements at the end of quarter 3 of their senior year, and qualifying for academic honors, CTE honors, or STEM honors. We are proud to recognize our valedictorians: Anastasia Luz Ako, Ria Chung, Jada Cortez, Jem Kyla Galipon, Kristen Liana Garcia, Lauren Ige, Lindsay Kimoto, Brent LaQuesta, Samantha Martinez, Angela Mu, Heather Osterstock, Kobe Logan Revita, Princess Jenna Santiago, Dawson Tokishi, Julianne Venezuela. Congratulations on your most prestigious achievement. The student with the highest grade point average is Brent LaQuesta. Brent is the son of Jingle and Yvonne LaQuesta of Waiahu. He will be attending Seattle University in the fall and plans to major in biochemistry.
Good evening, everyone. It occurred to me that many people look forward to a fresh start by moving elsewhere, maybe a better neighborhood, a different state, or possibly even a new country. As a kid, however, starting over is a scary prospect. I experienced this firsthand because of my family's departure from the Philippines. It was a life-changing event. I remember how lost and distraught I felt as a kid when I was forced to disconnect from my old friends and family to move to the U.S. But over time, with the help of many, I learned that change is something to embrace, not fear. Immigrating to Maui as a 9-year-old, I never ever dreamed that one day I would be recognized as the valedictorian of my high school, especially considering that English is my second language. What made it worse was that I was a shy and self-conscious kid. Surrounded by my peers at Waihee Elementary, I found it extremely difficult to make friends. Many of those kids had known each other since kindergarten or even earlier. Entering EL school a few years later, I continued to be that shy kid, just super focused on my studies. I remained unchanged until I became a Baldwin Bear as a freshman. Initially, I hardly made an effort to participate in class, I didn't join any sports or clubs, and as always, my grades were the only thing that mattered. But that quickly changed. I was bombarded by the huge varieties of activities available in high school, not to mention all of the upbeat and optimistic student leaders at Baldwin who were constantly encouraging me to join in the fun. I decided to break out of my shell. Instead of hiding under my hoodie in class, quietly keeping the answers to myself during class discussions, I began ecstatically raising my hand or blatantly shouting out my answers. It felt good. That led to my journey outside of my comfort zone, which led to joining clubs on campus, playing sports, and overall enjoying my high school experience to the fullest. While I stand here today as your valedictorian based on my GPA, it's my personal growth through high school that is the true highlight of my journey. Class of 2020. The coronavirus has stripped away our only moment to celebrate the end of our high school career with our friends, our families, and our class as a whole. But rather than dwell on what could have been, I want to encourage everyone to take this time to improve. For myself, I use this opportunity to revamp my workout routine and catch up on much needed sleep. Maybe it's time to find a new hobby or try something new. Who knows, maybe for once I'll try to do a TikTok or two. Or maybe it's time to clean the deserted part of the house full of dust and crumbs, which honestly is a perfect description of my own room before the quarantine. Create a plan for yourself as you enter the life of an adult. We've been given this time. Take advantage of it and reassess everything. But most importantly, I advise all of you to make a change in your mindset and goals for the future, so that when the world heals from this horrific pandemic, you'll be more than ready for success. Our current situation is just one of the many changes that we'll encounter in life. As we enter adulthood, more change is to come. As cheesy as it sounds, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but everyone's tunnel is different. A while ago, I went through a dark time. I almost gave up because I thought of all the dreadful things happening in my life were there to stay and couldn't be changed. But then someone told me this: every experience in life happens for you, not to you. They also said, instead of endlessly asking why me, why not reflect on the situation, change what you can, take the experience as a lesson learned, and move on with your life better than before. I appreciated that advice then and continue so now. Have you ever noticed that a sapling grows into a mature tree while keeping its roots intact? Similarly, that shy and self-conscious kid is still within me, only now that kid has also grown into become steadier and stronger and is now reaching for the sky, all as a result of being willing to embrace opportunities to change. That is my message to you, class of 2020. Thank you for all the memories, and as always, keep striving to change for the better.
Thank you, Brent. This year's senior class president is Lindsay Kimoto. She is the daughter of John and Jerry Kimoto of Waikapu. She will be attending Creighton University in the fall and plans to major in biology. Lindsay will now deliver her class address.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to witness our graduation here tonight. To my class of 2020, it's been an honor to serve you for the past 4 years. When people think back on our class, I hope they describe us the same way I do: talented, team-spirited, loving, and most importantly, resilient. Earlier this year, we voted on our class graduation song. Good Times Together by Landon McNamara featuring Henry Kapono was the winner. Who would have known back in mid-December when we picked this song that it would still accurately reflect our class today? I've picked a few lyrics to demonstrate why I believe this is true. The song says, "I remember the beginning, we were younger then." This line reminds me of how we started our journey at Baldwin High School as a rough group of freshmen from many different backgrounds, personalities, and dreams. But what we left behind is an award-winning legacy in academics, sports, fine arts, and leadership. Our class is talented. The lyrics also mention if it's magic that we're weaving. We've definitely had our own examples of the magic weaving the song refers to. Specifically, it happened during a long-time Baldwin class competition known as Flip Flop. Basically, it's a synchronized cardboard flipping routine set to music where a huge number of the points are earned based on the number of participants. For years, we were that class who struggled to gather enough people to meet the bare minimum. Never mind the extra points. This year, however, although it didn't turn out like the High School Musical scene we had in mind, we ended up weaving some Class of 2020 magic, filling up the bleachers, performing together, and breaking the record for the largest flip-flop group in all of Baldwin history. Our class definitely has team spirit. They also say, let's not be afraid to sing our song of love that we've already made. This line calls to mind an important decision that was made by your class officers and I at the beginning of our junior year. All class events needed to be unique yet affordable to encourage participation by all. Our efforts definitely paid off. Attendance at our junior prom and senior ball were record-breaking for our school. It was heartwarming to see everyone come together to make amazing memories. We also took first place in both homecoming and rally week competitions in our senior year. Some might say this is the result of hard work, but I say it's the result of the love that we have for each other. We've grown closer because of it, and now we have more love to share with the world. Our class is certainly loving. The lyrics also mention, we've seen the ones that could not make the grade. To me, this line of the song talks about the times of tragedy and loss for our class. We unexpectedly lost our childhood friends and classmates, Sean Ethan Cashin and Aaron Yogi, last year. We will cherish the memories we had with them forever. This year, we also lost our beloved Coach Pooh, a positive and supportive influence on not just our own senior athletes, but literally thousands of Baldwin athletes. And then, of course, COVID-19 arrived. All of the happy moments we had envisioned for the end of our senior year were replaced with lockdown at home, face mask in public, and illness and death in our community. Even through times of tragedy, though, I'm proud to say that our class has always been there for each other. We may get knocked down, but we pull each other back up and we continue forward. Our class is, and always will be, resilient. Lastly, they say, but that was then, and now our moments come again. This line is a good reminder that we've been through the toughest challenges that any class has faced. Today, we stand before the world, born through a 9/11 crisis and graduating through the pandemic, as a testament to all that we've overcome and all that we have yet to achieve. Class of 2020, this is still our time. We've captured the hearts of people around the world, and now they're rooting for us. Never forget, the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay. For all of us seniors, the class song Good Times Together by Landon McNamara and Henry Capono is both reflective and relatable. Although the past 4 years have flown by, the good times that we've made will stay with us for the rest of our lives. At this time, we'd like to present a special montage created by senior Michael Casalo to honor the class of 2020.
It's been a good time together, looking for the warmth of the sun. Gonna be a long time together, and the best is yet to come. Oh, oh, oh. Well, I remember the beginning. We were younger then. Used to play the scene. We'd both pretend. Yeah, but that was then, and now our moments come again. Hey, do we throw it all away? Is this the end? It's been a good time together. Time together. Looking for the warmth of the sun. Of the sun. yet to come. Oh, oh, oh. We have seen the one that could not make the grade. Hiding broken hearts, living the masquerade. And if it's magic that we're weaving, let's not be afraid to sing our song of love that we've already made. It's been a good time together. Time together. Looking for the one. Looking for the one. I made joy. Around the sun. Gonna be alone. Time together. Oh, oh, oh. So here we are together in tomorrow's dream. Strike up the band and play that old familiar theme. Take the lovers by the hand and lead the way. Summer lady by your side, don't let us slip away. It's been a good time together. Time together. Looking for the one. Looking for the one. Of the sun. Of the sun. Gonna be alone. Gonna be alone. Time together. Time together. And the best is yet. It's been a good time together. Time together. Looking for the one. Looking for the one. Of the sun. Of the sun. Gonna be alone. Gonna be alone. Together. Time together. And the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come.
Now, Principal Keone Wilhelm will present a makana to the class of 2020, followed by his message.
Honia nai ka pua he loke lani ai na ua kaulana puni ka honua o ai ka pua e luku ai e huai he kuli ana noia no ka he ke e maui nui o ka maku haa he o ke o nia paa ke kino me ka mana o he mana puku kui ku ki laki la hiki a ka ko e oia. Aloha everyone. On behalf of our entire BHS faculty and staff, it gives me great pleasure to send off our seniors to the workforce and college. Please remember this time of challenge as that of hope and grit. As a young adult, it is now about your character and how you work with others. Be humble and caring, and it will come full circle back to you. I will forever reminisce about how others did some remarkable things that I observed. For example, Kayla Tuaoa, who extended herself to me prior to me being the official principal and said, "You can change the dress code," and "You should come watch our volleyball games." Or Cody Sakamoto, who offered a warm smile of welcome one day. I asked him if he had Splenda instead of sugar, and he said, "Oh yes, I can get." From that day on and beyond, I knew how special our BHS students and seniors really are. If I have one piece of advice to give our seniors, is no need to stress out. Like Ave Silifaiva, who did the splits one day on the softball field, stating, "I always wanted to be a cheerleader." She got back up and moved on to the next play. And Nico Wittenberg, with so much creativity, wrote his own rap for our talent show. He did not place and moved on with a smile with tennis. Nico, you got talent, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. To the class of 2020, use this strength that you have acquired now to make a difference in the world. You have made history come back alive, and you will make history again serving others. Mahalo and a hui ho. Until we meet again, we love you.
Thank you, Principal Wilhelm. And now for the presentation of the class of 2020.
Class of 2020, we are so proud of you. As your state superintendent and by the powers vested in me by the Hawaii Board of Education, I officially accept this class as having fulfilled all requirements for graduation. Congratulations, graduates. Disrupt the world.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the principal of Henry Perrine Baldwin High School, I certify that each of the members of class of 2020 who is present here tonight has duly met all of the requirements for a high school diploma or certificate as specified by the Hawaii State Department of Education and the Board of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I take great pride in presenting the Henry Perrine Baldwin High School class of 2020.
Bronson Kawe Adric. Glenn Jacob Agarilla. Jaden Kamakana Okalani Akahi Vida. Isaiah David Akiona. Pono Ryojin Akiona. Dalen Dion Alexander. Bailey Iokepa Alueta. Makana Dennis Alvarez. Adam Kauluvela Uhane Englin. Julian Archangel. Matthew Ikaika Aruiza. Micah Biringer. Jensen Ramos Bonilla. Anston Abel Kalekomaka Bhutan. Kobe Britton. Cole Britton. Dayton Eric Kapualoha Pelion. Michael Andres Casalo. Kyler Stephen Castillo. Jamie Kajente Celis. Francis Nathan Sindana. Luke Grayson Clifton. Marchester Garma Collado. Bradley Ty Cruz. Brian Kyle Cummings. Shane Duran Daguio. Jaren Kalekomaka Davis. Roden Zyrus Akuili de Guzman. John Carlo Ebro. Jaden Elanani Temple. Keanu Kahekili Damaso Eldridge. Jonah Keali'i Tayon Elazares. Brendan Endo. Bryson James Espino. Bryson Keith Fernandez. Nicholas Fernando Balanza. Chaitan Foster. Othello Frazier. Daniel Ramo Gifford. Jason Thomas Giro. Iverson Gold. Malachi Laakea Goles Tabak. Josiah Kane Aumoana Hu'eu. Donovan Ikeuchi. Marcus Jaja. Ho'opono Kahihikolo Thompson. Kapena Kamai Jr. Noah Kamalei Kamalu. Noah Santo Kaniaupio. Casey Kamali'i o Kekai Kapalu Kamaka. Koali'i Kenui. Tanner Kiesling. Aquila Pepa Koloamatangi. Tyler Kuapahi. Kobe Ryan Kuge. Brandon Wayne Kuualoha Kwak Pukuda. Brent LaQuesta. Nephi Afoa Laga Jr. Brian Daniel Leano. Declan Patrick Levin. Mason Long. Shaston Keola Machida Santos. Jaden Manegdeg. Javis Maderis. Noah Miles Yutaka Murata. Owen Nathaniel Nakamura. Tyrus Tetsuo Nakoa. Tyrone Makana Kua Nakooka. Adam Amro Nassar. Gabriel Carlo Soriano Navolta. Jonathan Newman. Ren Okita. Jace Paranada. Dylan Kamalu Pena. Makani Halekulani Pua. Brandon James Rakoma. Kobe Logan Gorge Ravita. Ethan Kaimana Recuperto. Isaiah John Richards. Justin Kainoa Rivera. Ikea Liloa Pili Robinson. Kuikawa Yotaro Ross. Cody John Sakamoto. Ebenezer Santiago. Jaden Isaiah Kamaehu Santos Kekona. Cody Sears. Dwight Obian Semanero. Javen Shinozuka Domingo. Jimuel Theodore. Dallin Dane Sakai Silva. Josiah Mana'o'io Sniffin. Cade Sparks. Tristan Sumida. Raymond Tanaka. Dawson Hideo Gomez Tokishi. Kilinai Riley Tolentino. Jesser Tugas. Eli Turnbull. Reese Pedemoana Bugalino. Jonah Minoru Valois Nishimura. Kenmani Tang Fan Vanta. Eros Christian Villalba. Nicola Wittenberg. Kahiau Ikapono Wong. Skylar Lee Makana Wong. Adam Matao Yamashita.
Anastasia Luz Banez Ako. Skyla Adriano Howard. Kayla Adzuara. Isa Junibel V. Aganon. Kiana Stiani Lee Ayu. Jessica Rihanna Ai. Jacelyn Domingo Alcantara. Shaylin Rebecca Momilani Alcancel. Ursuline Amumu. Rice Andres. Cassandra Marcelo Anton. Leonitha Archangel. Jessica Lynn Lelani Baker. Crystal Ann Ramos Barcibal. Kaylee Nicole Berry. Jasmine Kuumeli Lau Begli. Kaulana Vivek. Shelby Grace Blitz. Melissa Gail Dumlau Khaliva. Jaina May Cariaga. Britley Lynn Case. Shalia Castillo. Jalen Chang. Ria Chung. Criza May Domingo Clemente. Isabel Collier. Jada Amber Corpuz. Chastity Corpuz Butihi. Jada Chiemi Cortez. Riley Day. Sienna Jordan Kialohi DeCambra. Alexis Cavena Del Rosario. Chastity Dela Cruz. Leah Akiko Delizo. Jackson Donahue. Savannah Hanale Doherty. Ariana Duncan Nakasone. Carlene Mandy Elias. Marielle Ellerin. Waipuilani Jade Estrella Beauchamp. Caitlin Elizabeth Faye. Selena Eileen Feike. Alyssa Kuulealoha Mia Ferreira. Brenda Franco Rodriguez. Jem Kyla Galapon. Danica Galindo. Kristen Liana Garcia. Gabrielle Jesse. Anela Li'i Onalani Gonzalez Park. Carissa Gonzalez Tomlin. Kayla Kuuipo Gu. Kalena Gratakos Fakiri Wario. Jacqueline Grimes. Janelle Joy Guerrero. Sepehana Hadley. Aaliyah Kamale Harmon. Jeremy Eliza Hidalgo. Lehiva Okoana Kulukulu Alani. Lauren Ige. Emma Ing. Kale Kaumaka Keakahi Johnson. Shireen Marie Jurado. Taija Lee Anela Pomaikai E Homai Ke Aloha Maikalani Ka'anana. Ashlyn Linaka Kikui Pikaki Okalani Pi'ilani Ka'ava. Liliana Kaulana Kaya Na'awau. Malia Ka'uilani Yasue Kaya Hua Sato. Lealoha Ka'ili. Chaslin Kamea I'o Makamai Hadiente Kala. Sasha Kamaka. Cherish Kanai. Akasha Kamale Mieko Kauhola. Kylie Kaupu Hanks. Ulali Kealoha Nui Figueroa. Lindsay Kimoto. Christy Aiko Kimura. Kayla Kobayashi Ota. Tajalyn Emma Kululoya. Caitlin Kamea I'o Makamailani Libero. Haunani Keaka Onalani Lurendez Medeiros. Gabriel Andre Mabuti. Angelita May Anela Li'i Mai Makanas. Fa'ae Mele Mahe. Fernanda Maldonado Gongora. Taylor Mananga. Samantha Nalani Martinez. Jariana Machino. Skylar Daly Meiko Masuda. Janea Leonani Miguel. Ella Heichi Mitnick. Angela Mu. Madison Sachiko Murayama. Kililea Kehao Malie Pili Murray. Kara Nakahashi. Kylie Nakasoni Tablang. Kamale Kavehi Onalani Nemoto. Kiana Kamea I'o Makamai Niles. Bambi Ortiz. Heather Nicole Osterstock. Amanda Pacheco. K. Hannah Paranada. Devin Pasquale. Melina Claire Perez. Charisse Giselle Piano. Tiana Nicole Powell. Arieli Prado Rodriguez. Kahi Aulani Lee Kahanu Ola Ramos. Audrey Miki Reese. Elizabeth Manao'io Olana Aloha Richardson. Serenity Rivera. Leah Ann Aiko Kaua Mailani Sado Elavina. Princess Jenna Dalit Santiago. Zipporah Santiago. Domela Irish Santos. Jaden Sehested Sanchez. Bernice Myra Ka'akau Ka'ula Vehi Vehi Haunani Shaw Burrows Salcido. Dana Sky Sianko. Stella May Le Kaheke Aona Pua Homai Kama Sickles. Ave Hinamai Kalani, Brooklyn Silafida. Kelsey Nahe Nahe Souza. Kashai Makana Makamai, Ku'ulemomi Kavehi o Nalani, Anela no Kalani, Kabisola Koko. Johanna Takarden. Kristen Mitsuko Takamiya. Krisha Juan Kalosik. Tiana Tamayo. Iriani Tankayo. Kendo Kaomoto. Kayla May Tuaoa. Pololiana Noel Vaca. Acacia Van Landingham. Julianne Roque Venezuela. Malia Warner. Malie Mohai Ke Aloha Wicks. Emma Lee Wingate.
At this time, Senior Class Vice President Ella Mitnick will present the newest alumni of Henry Perrine Baldwin High School.
Class of 2020. Tonight marks a new beginning for every one of us. We celebrate our achievements and strive for a better tomorrow. None of this could have been possible if it were not for our teachers, friends, and family who have contributed to our success. This is a new beginning, a beginning of a bright and prosperous future. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2020, the newest alumni of Henry Perrine Baldwin High School.
Thank you, Ella. And now Senior Jackson Donahue will sing the alma mater.
Hail to thee, maroon and blue, alma mater fair and true. Mighty sons and daughters, we loyally serve thee and love thee, will proclaim thee near and far. Thou shalt be our guiding star. May thy light forever shine. With united hearts we praise thee, much as we shall always love thee, now and forever be true.
Thank you, families and friends, for joining us to celebrate. I hope you have enjoyed this ceremony. Stay safe and have a wonderful evening.
Take the lovers by the hand and lead the way. Summer lady by your side, don't let us slip away. It's been a good time together. Time together. Looking for the warmth. Looking for the warmth of the sun. Of the sun. Gonna be alone. Gonna be alone. Time together. Time together. And the best is yet. It's been a good time together. Time together. Looking for the warmth. Looking for the warmth of the sun. Of the sun. Gonna be alone. Gonna be alone. Time together. Time together. And the best is yet to come. The best is yet to